Let's begin with the truth you've never dared to say aloud. You don't hate work, you hate pretending. Every time you try to play the modern money game, something in your chest tightens. You smile, you perform, but inside a quiet ache whispers, "This isn't me." You've spent years wondering if you're broken for feeling this way. You're not. You're awake in a world still asleep. Carl Jung called it the war between your persona and yourself. The persona says blend in, be practical, do what's expected, but yourself, the ancient wordless part of you, refuses to lie. It wants truth, not survival. When those two collide, it feels like collapse. But what's really breaking is the illusion that you must betray yourself to belong. That feeling of being financially stuck isn't failure. It's your soul's rebellion. It's your nervous system whispering, "I won't trade honesty for approval anymore." You've tried to adapt. The meetings, the fake smiles, the endless grind. But deep down, your body kept saying no. That heaviness you feel, it's not lack of ambition. It's your integrity trying to breathe. You've seen it, haven't you? The bright offices that drain the light from people. The smiling faces that hide quiet despair. You watched truth get twisted into marketing. Compassion turned into content. Maybe you even got a job offer that looked perfect, yet your chest tightened instead of expanding. That wasn't anxiety. That was your inner truth saying, "Don't sell me for this." Let's be honest about what you've sensed all along. Some parts of our world profit from people staying numb. Outrage sells faster than nuance. Noise outshines honesty. Entire industries are built on disconnection. You don't need to condemn anyone, just recognize the shadow. Jung warned us, what we refuse to make conscious will rule us from below. So no, you're not too sensitive. You're just awake enough to feel the collective dissonance. When your calling is to bring truth, systems built on illusion will burn your skin. That discomfort isn't weakness. It's evidence that your soul still remembers something real. And behind that sensitivity lives your oldest story, written in childhood ink. Maybe you were the peacekeeper, reading every room before you entered it. Or the caretaker, fixing what the adults broke. Maybe you learned to smile even when your throat ached from silence. Those roles saved you once, but now they suffocate you. You no longer need to earn safety by abandoning yourself. The mask has grown too heavy to wear. You were taught impossible rules. Don't shine too bright. Don't feel too much. Don't speak too true. So you shrank, softened, apologized for existing. And when money avoided you, you thought you failed. But your system was just protecting you. It still believes visibility equals danger. That every step toward abundance might cost you love. Jung would say the psyche rebels. Every burnout, every failed plan, every sleepless night is your soul refusing to live a smaller truth. You call it bad luck, but it's sacred misalignment. You can't force yourself to succeed at something that dishonors your essence. The deeper you awaken, the more your system demands honesty, even if it costs comfort. Money will flow again, but this time it will recognize you, not the mask you used to wear. But before that alignment arrives, there's always a pause, a sacred stillness where everything old stops working and the new hasn't yet appeared. It's not punishment, it's preparation, a space for your soul to gather strength before stepping into its full expression. This silence is not empty. It's your nervous system relearning safety. Your body realizes it no longer has to trade honesty for belonging. In this space, you can breathe without apology. you can feel without compromise. It is a quiet initiation where the old self stops cooperating and the awakened self begins to take shape, subtle but undeniable. Jung called this process individuation, the slow remembering of who you were before the world told you who to be. It can feel like breaking down, but it's really the psyche untangling itself from old obligations and expectations. What seems like stagnation is actually your soul refusing imitation and reclaiming its own authority over your life. You are not lazy or failing. You are detoxing from false alignment. Every time you said yes when your body screamed no, a piece of your authenticity was buried. Now it resurfaces, demanding recognition. That ache in your chest, the restlessness in your bones, the whisper in your mind, it's truth finally trying to breathe, insisting that you honor your own life. The world taught you that stability comes from fitting in, from following the rules. But true stability arises from being congruent with your own essence. You begin to see that comfort is not external. Peace is internal. When your choices reflect who you are, not who others want you to be, you stop measuring success by money alone and start feeling it in the alignment of your heart. There is also a hidden anger, a sacred fury at all the ways you were asked to shrink. Do not silence it. That anger is your boundary taking form, a protective flame that emerges when the soul has been disregarded too long. Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your fury is light reclaiming itself through fire. Your shadow is not your enemy. It is your unspoken truth. Every fear, doubt, and jealousy you buried carries energy still yours. Facing it does not weaken you, it strengthens you. Rejecting it only lets it rule from the dark. Healing is not erasing your shadow. It is sitting with it, naming it, and letting it teach you about your hidden capacity and depth. Much of your power has been hidden behind politeness. You learned to smile instead of roar, to accommodate instead of assert. But now something ancient stirs inside, a raw, unapologetic self that does not care about being liked. It cares only about being real. You feel it rising quietly from your ribs, a rebellion against self-betrayal, demanding that you honor your own life. Transformation begins in small acts. Saying no when your body says no, stepping away from noise, choosing rest without guilt. These are not minor gestures. They are declarations of sovereignty. Each boundary, each refusal, each conscious choice says, "I remember who I am." The integration of your shadow and light starts here, in simple, steady, intentional steps. Slowly, the illusion dissolves. The systems you once chased feel hollow. The validation you once craved feels weightless. You begin to understand that what you were really seeking wasn't money or status, but safety and alignment. True safety is not control over the world, but trust in yourself, in your capacity to meet whatever arises, and stay whole in your own integrity. This is the turning point. When you stop running from your own depth, external life begins to realign. You no longer manifest by pretending to be light. You manifest by embracing everything that makes you human. Every scar becomes sacred, every hesitation becomes wisdom. You are not late, lost, or broken. You are becoming whole moment by moment in real time, guided by the self that always knew your path. By now, you feel a quiet shift. The old pressures no longer command you, yet the new horizon hasn't fully emerged. This is sacred pause where your nervous system practices trust and your heart remembers its own rhythm. The world's noise fades and you can hear the subtle guidance of your own inner compass. Every small act of honesty compounds, saying yes when it aligns, saying no when it doesn't, sitting with discomfort instead of fleeing, choosing presence over distraction. These micro-decisions teach your system that it's safe to exist as you are. That integrity carries its own reward, and that living authentically is not only possible, but necessary. You may notice old patterns surfacing, the impulse to overgive, the fear of being too visible, the anxiety about judgment. Do not resist these feelings. They are echoes of survival strategies that once protected you. Now they can be transformed into conscious choices, stepping stones toward a life that mirrors your inner truth without compromise. Your relationships, too, begin to shift. You notice who responds to your presence with depth and who seeks the mask you once wore. Those who resonate with your authenticity become allies in your journey. Those who cannot accept it fade naturally, leaving space for connections rooted in sincerity and mutual respect, rather than obligation or habit. In this clarity, work becomes a reflection of your values. You seek roles, projects, and collaborations that honor the body, mind, and heart. Success is no longer measured by approval or prestige, but by the calm confidence that comes from knowing you have contributed meaningfully, that your efforts serve the world without eroding your own foundation. It may feel slow at first. Some days the external world seems unchanged, indifferent. Yet internally you are reweaving the very fabric of your life. Patience is not passive. It is the quiet cultivation of resilience. Every thoughtful choice, every refusal to compromise, every moment of stillness feeds a deeper growth that will eventually manifest outwardly. You discover the beauty of boundaries. Saying no is not rejection, it is declaration. Protecting your energy is an act of love, not selfishness. When you honor your limits, your presence becomes more potent. Others respond to the calm clarity you radiate. You learn that ease, not struggle, is the true measure of sustainable influence. Your creativity blooms in this space. Freed from old fears, you begin to explore ideas, systems, and methods that feel right, not expected. Every insight you capture, every solution you create, is a reflection of the harmony between your inner wisdom and external action. Work, once exhausting, becomes playful and meaningful, aligned with your highest vision. Even discomfort becomes a teacher. Moments of doubt or tension reveal unexamined beliefs, shadows that still whisper. Instead of fleeing, you sit with them, observing without judgment. You allow the nervous system to register that fear is not threat. You learn to navigate life with courage born from presence, not compulsion. As clarity grows, so does confidence. You speak your truth softly but firmly. Decisions are guided by insight, not obligation. You no longer overextend to earn love or approval. Instead, your impact is amplified by alignment, the energy of a life lived in tune with the soul, not the applause of the world. The world begins to mirror your steadiness. Opportunities arise that feel natural, not forced. People, projects, and experiences that resonate with your integrity flow toward you. Doors open when you honor your own pace. Recognition follows authenticity, and the sense of sufficiency replaces scarcity. You realize abundance is about coherence, not chasing more. You remember that joy is part of the path. Laughing, resting, celebrating small victories, these are not indulgences. They are essential nutrients for a life aligned with truth. The once overlooked pleasures of daily life become profound markers of presence, reminders that being awake includes delight as well as discernment. Reflection deepens. You see how far you have come, how much you have untangled from old expectations and conditioned patterns. Gratitude arises naturally, not as a forced practice, but as recognition of the resilience and wisdom you have cultivated. Every choice, every boundary, every act of self-respect has been a step toward freedom. The integration of past shadows into conscious awareness makes you whole. You no longer react to life from old wounds, but respond from grounded clarity. You are both tender and strong, wise and playful. This balance allows you to serve others authentically, without losing yourself, and to experience life with a depth previously unimaginable. You have arrived here not by luck, but by commitment to your truth. And you can now move through the world with courage, clarity, and compassion. Your path is slower, steadier, and richer than the shortcuts of imitation. Keep walking as yourself, and the right people, opportunities, and experiences will find you. This is your awakened life, grounded, meaningful, and full of possibility.